So I'm going to talk about deep half today. So we're here in half guard, regular half guard. When I'm ready to do the underhook wrestle up battle, right? When I'm ready to wrestle up, I'm kicking through and I'm sitting up with my underhook, and I need to get my ear as close to his stomach as possible. Because if I leave my face in la-la land, this is where you're going to get either punched in the face, you're going to get this heavy cross face from this forearm or this bicep, you're going to get a black eye or a bloody nose or whatever if your head stays away. So you need to try to glue your ear to your partner, okay? But let's say you're doing this and you sit up and you don't like the pressure that you're feeling. Maybe he's got like a heavy overhook. Maybe he's putting all of his weight on me and it's like, oh, coach, there's no way. This fat guy, I can't. It's just too much. I need to get as tight as I can with my legs. Right now I'm on my right hip. I'm on my right elbow, right? I got to tighten up my legs as much as I can. And now I'm going to dive. And I don't want this to be a drop where I fall straight down. I'm going to dive and try to connect basically my forehead to this far knee. So I don't like the pressure he's giving me. It's too much. I get really tight with my legs. I'm on my right side. I'm going to dive and turn all the way to my left side. So I dive. This isn't enough. I stretch my legs out, and now I turn to my left side. If they decide not to post and not to widen their base, they're going to get rolled through right here, okay? I'm sitting up. I don't like the pressure that I'm feeling, so I'm getting ready to get my forehead as close as I can to this. I get really tight with my legs, and I shoot all the way through. Right here, I'm still on my right shoulder. This is not good. I need to stretch and turn. If he keeps this, and I keep this pinched right here, he's gonna end up getting rolled all the way through. So if he releases this is when I need to turn all the way to my far shoulder. Now I'm on my left shoulder. You see how I started this on my right shoulder, and I turned all the way until now I'm here on my left shoulder. I'm facing away from my partner, okay? Now we're in the deep half position. Once I'm here, it's fairly simple. Just try to bring people's weight forward, and then when they post, all you have to do is swing and kick backwards, and then you come up. Just make sure you keep this foot between your legs because you don't want to get triangle choked on your way up. I don't want to let this go and then walk into this triangle position and do that. So I want to keep that. But just the basic entry from half guard is I'm sitting up with this underhook. I don't like the pressure that I'm feeling. I'm gonna preemptively get really tight with my legs. I'm tight with my legs, and now I'm shooting and I'm diving my head all the way underneath. I'm on my right side. I've got to turn all the way to my left. I dive, I stretch, and I turn. Now I'm on my left hip. Okay? And then we'll talk from there because there's a bunch of different things that can happen. And it's based on which knee he leaves up. It's based on how they react. We've got to change what we're doing based on the reaction they give us, okay? But this is the half guard entry. If you guys don't like to traditionally play half guard, but you want to play deep half, if you stand up real quick, doing stuff like attempting to wrestle up, and then I feel just any pressure into me with this knee. Now we do the same thing. I dive, and then I'm on my right shoulder. I'm going to turn all the way to my left. Now we're in deep half again. And we're playing this game. And again, the game differentiates between what knee they have up and down. So I'll show you the game afterwards. But for now, we just got to get used to diving. So if you're just not a fan of what's happening, there's even some people that would like literally pick up a single leg from standing, pinch, and they're like, oh God, I don't feel like taking this guy down. And then they dive all the way to deep half, okay? Number one key, tight legs. I shoot under, and then I'm still on my right side. I'm really tight with my legs. I'm in a ball. I stretch, I turn all the way to my left shoulder, and then I become a ball again. So you're tight on one side. When you're ready, we dive, we open, we turn, we close. Okay, that's the very basic concept for deep half. I'll show a little bit of X stuff and waitership, but the entry is the most important part, okay? But again, even from open guard, I'm here, I try to wrestle up with a single leg. Oop, they're putting weight back onto me. Far hip, far shoulder, okay? Deep half. Any questions? You need to see it? You want to see it? Yeah? Told me to raise you.
Please.
So, from half guard, I'm here, I sit up with my underhook. I don't like the pressure I'm feeling. He's doing a good job leaning his weight over my underhook. So I don't like this. So I'm gonna dive, and I'm gonna get really tight with my legs. And now I'm gonna start stretching, and then I start turning to my left shoulder, okay? If they don't post, they're gonna end up falling, and you just come up. If they let go and they post, I gotta keep turning. There we go. Now I'm on my far hip, now we're in deep half. And again, based on which knee they go to, we have to play a different game completely. But you need to be aware that like either knee they pick up is good for you, as long as they don't like have the underhook and then they're still like passing your half guard, okay? So either knee that they pick up is good. I'm gonna show you options from both, but first we gotta get this entry down. We sit up, we get really tight, we're on our right shoulder, we stretch, we turn all the way to our left, and then we can become a ball again. Cool? Questions? Does that make sense?
Do you tighten up your legs as soon as when?
The second I'm deciding to roll through, I'm gonna be tightening my legs. Because usually when I have the underhook and I wrestle up, the second I get here, if I'm feeling good, I don't need to get tight with my legs. I'm gonna bump him in the butt and I'm gonna rake his foot out and I'm gonna start wrestling. I don't need to lock my legs tight. It's when I'm not comfortable with the pressure he's putting. I'm like, fuck, I can't find the heel, I can't rake. I don't like the pressure he's putting. I feel like he's making me hold his weight. He's doing a good job cooking me. So I'm just like, oh man, I don't like this. I'm gonna get ready. And now I'm gonna like basically like lock like a triangle choke with my legs or just pinch my knees super tight. And then we dive and then we turn. Ah, now I'm on the far hip, now I'm in deep half. Now I'm in a good spot. That makes sense? Any other questions? All right, let's get it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay, let's regroup. Any questions on the deep half entry? Any questions on turning from like, if we're all using our right side initially, we're on our right elbow, we're here. When I dive, I'm diving to my back and then the far side. And it happens super simultaneous. They can't be individual movements. Meaning when I'm here and I shoot the dive under that leg, I'm diving this, my legs stretch, and I'm turning, and I can't pause here. I'm not gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep turning all the way to the far side. There technically is a reason that you can pause there, and that's when they like base out with both their hands and they're up on their feet. You're gonna go to X guard, but regardless, you don't wanna think of it like pausing on the back. You always wanna preemptively get ready to turn all the way the fuck away. It's like a, well, I don't wanna say, I'm not trying to give a motivational, I don't wanna say that like shoot for the stars and land in the clouds, like not like that, but like you always wanna like almost overemphasize stuff so that if you fall a little short, you're still in like a good grace period, okay? But any questions on that deep half entry shit? Okay, so now this is the part where we gotta do a little bit of thinking now. So when I enter the position, so I'm sitting up, I'm diving, I'm turning. So right here, this is where thinking happens. In this scenario, he planted this knee that's near my neck, he planted this one on the mat. Okay, I want you to put this one on the mat and straighten this leg. See how he shifted all of his weight, and now he's basically like leaning down by my legs, right? And now I want you to do neither, where neither of your knees are on the mat, and you're kind of on your toes. Okay, so these are kind of the 3 options. Is either neither knee comes down, one knee comes down between your legs, or this knee comes down that's near the head, and we have to do shit with all of them. This is traditional deep half, this position right here, where the knee comes down near the head, because usually it's a little harder for me to wrestle up initially when this knee comes down. So this is the reaction most people give when they've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu, okay? From here, you can wrap this leg, always be careful. People can lace kimuras right here. I counter a lot of people with this, yes, and they go there and I kimura. So your goal should be to hide this elbow, and if this hand ever starts to come near my elbow or my arm at all, I will initially start to tip them to get them to base. I'm just like chopping at the back of the thigh, and I'm forcing this hand back to the mat. So no matter what, I can't have him underhook me, because now he can go back to passing like half guard, like to mount or whatever. So I don't want him to have this. So anytime they reach, I need to give like this little pop where I knock them off balance. And once both hands are down, if you want to do a traditional deep half, now all we're doing is moving, I'm doing a forward shrimp this way, and then I'm just turning. And you're coming up, and now we're into our over-under passing. We're right here, boom, and then we hit our pass, okay? So that's the very, very basics of once we're in the position. So I'm here, I shoot, I stretched, I got his knee here. If I ever feel like I want to do the traditional shit, I'm just going forward, backward, and I'm just trying to keep him off balance the entire time. never able to do this, and I play this game when people put their knee here. The other option is to keep turning away and pull my knees to my chest, and I can start hunting the back of his leg and force it up where both my biceps are up and I'm pointing both my thumbs to my ears, and now I'm in the waiter guard position. Okay, and now from here, all you have to do is swing and stretch people. And now again, we're into our over-under passing, and we're onto the outside, okay? So you can either just do the traditional like whipping, which is super easy to do, or if you want to be a little more fancy with it, you can enter the waiter guard. They both work, all right? I'm here, I sit, I turn, boom, boom. This knee's down. I can swing, swing, swing. I can turn and use the back of my hand to pull this leg to my face, all right? So that's when the knee that's near the neck is down. So now put this knee down. Whenever this knee comes down, just so y'all can see this, we'll turn a little. Whenever this knee is down, this gives me all the space to do whatever I want. I can pass the leg over, but I gotta make sure that they don't underhook me here. So a lot of the times I would literally be here on people and I would catch this sleeve preemptively and then I'd pass the leg over. Because if he was able to re-underhook, now he's like, yes, look at this, easy side control. So when we're here, I would initially catch this sleeve in the gi and I'd pass the leg over. Because now he can't win that underhook. And now I'm basically hunting his back. I'm gonna keep shrimping, I can dump him backwards, I can keep retracting this leg, looking for my first hook, keep that hand trapped if I want to, and just keep attacking, okay? So that's one of the, like that position is like super not good for him. That's just passing the leg over, right? So that's again why usually people react. They react not like this, they react by putting this knee down because I can pass this leg and chase his back, but just be aware. I've had a lot of lower belts, they do this to me. They're not paying attention. They just pass it, and then this arm is open, and then boom, I'll sit through, and then I'll underhook him, and I'll basically like knee cut, like a variation of it. What I like to do usually is grab their knee and flare my elbow, and try to use my ear and my shoulder to trap people's feet, like I'm doing an arm crush on an arm. I apply that pressure here. I start shrimping to try to get my legs underneath him. And my goal is to start Xing my feet. Yeah, my goal is to start Xing my feet in their groin and stomping and wrestling up. This is much more powerful than traditionally like just turning in deep half. So that's why most people when you go to deep half, they put the knee near the neck down. Because if you do the other one, they're basically just gonna like kick you in the dick and wrestle up. If you guys saw my Brazilian dick kick video. Super easy to do, okay? Especially, for example, if I'm on top of him and he enters deep half and I let him get his feet under my groin, even though I'm way bigger, now he can just kick me to get me off. Otherwise, my weight is up by his head and I can still fight for that underhook and I'm still like in the weeds of the battle. But you gotta be aware, those are the two main like reactions we can find ourselves in. So as we enter deep half, what knee is down? I don't know why no one talks about this. It pisses me off. What knee is down? And then right when you figure out which one is down, now we attack, okay? If their head is over here, they should lace that bazooka with the leg on the shoulder real high, elbow up, use their ear, and they should weave their feet underneath my groin and just start kicking and wrestling. Super simple like. And if the knee near the head is down, now you can either start to try to whip them left and right, or you can scoop and enter the waiter guard by pulling my foot up to your face. And now you basically have one arm here and my other foot is there, okay? Does that make sense though, the difference between the two? Yeah.
Can I see the back take one more time?
Yeah. So I enter deep half, right? This knee's down, so I'm either gonna play the waiter guard or the turning. If he goes other knee down, right? What I like to do is pass this leg in front of my face, but I can't do this without control of this hand. So I've got to find this sleeve first. Now I'm basically passing. And now he can't win this underhook. So he would be screwed even if he was able to get his this bottom leg out, which I won't let him. But even if he was, he can't come towards me because I have that sleeve. You see what I mean? And now we can start. Now I've got both arms. Yeah. He's screwed for me.
Got it.
Yeah. You 100% can. So when people, that's another good point. When people put their weight down on the knee that's between the legs, and then my leg is up here by their head, they can pass it from their head to their armpit and immediately enter single leg X and start ripping ankle locks. Higher level people can pass it over the top and go belly down on knee bars. So there's a lot of stuff right here. When people are in this like combat base, where they're on one knee and one leg is extended, there's a lot of options for the bottom person, especially when the extended leg is the one that's on their head. Because now even as the bigger person, when I fought Francisco though, I wasn't really paying attention, and I got like a lazy sweep on him, and I wasn't thinking about the next step. As I got the sweep, I came up, and as I came up, he put my foot on his shoulder. I went like this, and then my foot was on his shoulder, and I was like, the second I realized it, I was like, shit. And then he kicked me in the groin, just wrestled up, and I was like, dude, I have nothing. Like, and I was way bigger than him. Like, I had a huge size advantage, and he was just one step ahead, and then he's in a dominant position, i.e., leg bazooka grip on the shoulder. It's such an easy, like even if you're worse than the person you're fighting, you get that leg there, you just give him a little kick in the dick, like, you're set. You said you needed to see him?
Yeah, all three. Please. Sorry, sir.
So, I'm here, I shoot, I step, I turn. All right, so again, this knee's the one that's down. So I have to play traditional deep half. I can't let him underhook, and I can't let him kimura this arm. Yes, those are the two things that I need to avoid. So the second I get here, if I feel him touch this wrist even a little bit, I'm going forward. I'm gonna try to face plant him, because there, now I got him to post. Now when I'm ready, I can intentionally move my hips forward and chop back. And now I'm on this over underpass. Keep his leg between your legs. Here you can do dog bar, knee bars, if you know how to do them, or we can just back step and finish this, okay? I've had a lot of people where I'm on top and they would deep half sweep me, I'd pull my foot out and I would triangle them like super quick. So be aware of that, keep that foot there. Sit up, like boom, I turn. We're here, you're good, you're good. I'm here. The other option is I gotta pull my knees all the way to my nose as I keep turning, and then I use the back of my hand. Now I'm in the waiter guard. And now the momentum can swing it back. Now again, I'm pushing, now again, knee bar, back step, and this over underpass, okay? And last one, or last positional type. Now this time instead of keeping this knee down, he's gonna keep the other knee down, and now I'm bringing this foot up to my neck. I can fight for this and pass, and now they're in a really shitty position. I can just grab the belt and chase the, it feels bad, he can tell it already isn't looking good for him, okay? And I actually had one of my, it wasn't a match in a tournament, it was just like in a gym, but I had a brown belt that I did this to him, and he ripped his grip out and put this hand here, and the second he put the hand here, I belly down armbarred him, and I went over the top. So we really gotta focus on that arm when we're passing the leg over the top, okay? We can't let them, can't pass the leg over, nothing happen at all. So I'm stretching, I'm loading, I'm turning, right? I can do this and pass the leg over and chase the back. The more traditional thing is I wanna shrimp and try to draw this knee down. Right now my legs are really deep over his leg over here. I wanna shrimp that down and get my other knee in just to make space to enter this position. And I can traverse this any way I feel like with my feet, as long as I can find something to kick on to help me do this number right here. You're just kicking and sitting up, and now we're just wrestling. We just get them down to the ground, and we're on top. Does that make sense? Anyway, there's no perfect way to wrestle up with your feet on the groin, stomach, the fowler leg, whatever it may be, okay? But again, the game is reactionary based. What knee is down, then you decide what to do from there. Yeah. So, as I stretch, he leaves that far knee down, and we're here. I shift, and then once I shift, I'll stretch people out, and then I'll just put the foot in my armpit, and then I'm just gonna find my feet either on his hips or with these hooks, and then I'll just start ripping on the ankle lock from here. Just remember, I'm not trying to put like literal pressure on the outside of this knee, but at black belt and higher belts now, I can do this and go belly down on this. I can belly down in front, and it's gnarly, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna hip up into this guy, and then I have my tap. But I'm just passing it from my shoulder now to the armpit, and then we're lacing on our legs in any fashion where I feel like I can put some oomph onto it, and then we're ripping onto the ankle lock.
And then you're spider gripping just to make sure he's not pulling it away?
I'll do that to his sleeve when I'm passing the leg over so that he can't underhook me. Any other questions? No? So again, the person on top is the one who dictates which one you're going to. I don't want you to try to force something that's not there. We're going to take what's given to us, okay? All right, let's get it. On 3. 1, 2, 3.